we're now talking about visibility, it's not like we're desperate for public attention. But most of the first ladies are struggling in their countries because still their people do not approve of their existence. Because first ladies are not part of the government system. So, you know, that is a problem. And I can tell you, I know first ladies now within OAFLAD that work more than any minister. And they do so much in their countries, they will not compare them with any ministerial position. Yet still, we do not have the respect. We have the respect as the wife of the president. And unless your husband now make, kind of a bullish approval to say the first lady does this, and when she comes out, we have to support her. Not all first ladies have that opportunities.
Please subscribe to my new YouTube channel CLIN and hit the notification bell to be notified for new videos.
Sorry. Excuse me, please.
We're also trying to target countries who are not very active. Just to see, yes, Sudan, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Senegal. Ethiopia was No, Ethiopia is fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Djibouti, South Sudan. You know, South Sudan, they send representatives, but she never comes. So we're trying to see how we make.
I know she attended once in China.
Oh, in China. But in OAFLAD events, I've never seen her. South Sudan.
That was an OAFLAD event.
Yeah, I've never seen her in OAFLAD.
Oh no, this was before you took her.
Maybe.
Okay.
In Cote d'Ivoire, rarely she comes. Liberia and Senegal, they're new, so we still have Egypt. We have Egypt, Morocco, so the northern part is Algeria, no. The northern part is nothing. We try to see that Morocco ambassador is active, so we're trying to see if we can get north. The northern part, we don't have anything on the north.
Arabic culture, they hide their wives.
So this is mixing the north this is but this is our structure, how we can better structure the organization. So Very nice. Exactly.
We just need to kidnap you.
Yes, especially here.
Wait.
So this is where we go.
Oh.
This used to be a residential building. It's
Geh mal hinten. Es gibt diesen Kaplan. Lass mal, die Übung.
Excellencies, again, thank you so much for coming. It's going to be a working session, so I'll try to be as brief as possible so that if you have any questions, we can my colleagues later will be able to answer questions. But before that, I wanted to make sure that we have your schedule for the next 2 days clear. So today, after we finish here, we'll be going to we have a meeting with the African Union, the chairperson meeting, so we're going to the African Union to have a meeting with you. Basically, these meetings are courtesy call, so it's not a formalized meeting, but it's just to say, also for him to identify that OAFLAD is here, you are here for a working session, and also to show them that they need to really take us seriously. He is also a new chairperson, so we need to know him as well. The other thing is, after we do this, we have, in the afternoon, we have a meeting with the Department of Political Affairs and Peace and Security of the African Union Commission. It's going to be at the Sheraton, but it's before the dinner. Before the dinner, just at the reception area, we'll just give them maybe 15 minutes. It's the director who wants to talk to you. So basically, peace and security is a new area as OAFLAD that we are entering. So just to hear them out, because we have to collaborate with AU, we'll hear them out. He is just the director. And then at 6 in the evening, we have the working dinner. We have invited partners. We have invited ambassadors from the different countries, steering committee member countries who will be there, and we will do an official launch of the strategic plan, the strategic framework. So it's going to be very brief, but also an opportunity for you to mingle with some of the partners, for you to meet them. The next day, so in the morning, you will start very early, but if you wear comfortable shoes, the First Lady of Ethiopia has arranged the Adwa Museum tour. At 10 o'clock, you can wear comfortable shoes. It will only take 1 hour tour, and then you can go back to your hotels, change for the lunch, and then you will have a lunch with the First Lady of Ethiopia at starting at 12:30 with her, and then the ambassadors, of course, will be joining your high-level lunch. And then in the afternoon, you are free, and you have, if there are any activities that you'd like to do with Her Excellency the First Lady of Ethiopia, then you can discuss with her. But it's going to be a very informal time with her and you. And then that will be the end of this mission for both of you. If you have any questions or if you want to make changes, please let us know, and we'll do our best to accommodate that. So just to give you a briefing of your stay here, thank you so much. Yes.
What time is the briefing with the Department of
Political Affairs? It's at 5:45 in the afternoon, before the dinner.
Okay.
Just 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, just 15 minutes.
Okay, we need to know after.
Oh, okay, okay. So it will be done by then. We'll be finished. So thank you so much for making the trip again. So I'm just going to be very, very brief, as I've stated. We have prepared a handover note. It's unfortunate that Madame Pumba, who is the outgoing president, could not be here to properly hand over the presidency to you. But as a secretariat, we thought that this is a very important time. You really need to.
May my next focus is how do I launch my hospital? And that's, you know, we're talking about health. At the same time, you now start to look at how, in the following 3 months, how do you focus on women empowerment? And with all of this that we do, it all boils down to gender equality. So for a first lady who is that active and who is doing so much in making sure they cover all of this, how does OAFLAD now support them? Or will OAFLAD only offer one support for one category so that we're able to communicate that with all the other first ladies? You know, and because another first lady is not active, does that now make the first lady who's working and the first lady who is doing so much, they don't benefit because they've only benefited from one function? Because they've already, if I've chosen education, as long as I've benefited for education this year, you cannot help me on the other ones. How do we get our sponsors to really see us as a viable partner? Because people, the sponsors, they come in and they give you funding with the hope that you are now pushing the first ladies to implement what they are now sponsoring. Now, if you now have 36 first ladies, but 10 first ladies can implement, and the rest cannot implement, what do we do in a situation like that? You know, implementation, because not all first ladies also have the capacity, not all first ladies have the drive or will they want to, you know, to go and do all of this. Now, if Anna is working tirelessly in Angola, and we see that Anna is doing A, B, C, D, what do we do? If she's the one implementing, do we now penalize her in the sense that we don't support her because we're waiting for the ones that are not going to do anything to do something? You know, those are things that I think we need to look at. Visibility for any organization, and especially for an organization that is as old as OAFLAD. We're talking about OAFLAD is now going to 30 years. For an organization that is almost 30 years old, we should have had a footprint in every international organization today, including the United Nations and African Union. So I think we need to also look at that. It is important to have side events, but it is more important to be included in the event, in the main event, where we now promote, you know, what African first ladies are doing. A lot of people, I mean, let me speak for my own country. A lot of people in my country believe that I'm a kind of a mannequin. Basically, when you're doing stuff, they see you at that point, but they don't see the kind of work you put at the back, the things that you had to do to get to the one that they see on TV. It's only what they see on TV. So if we're now talking about visibility, it's not like we're desperate for public attention, but most of the first ladies are struggling in their countries because still their people do not approve of their existence, because first ladies are not part of the government system. So, you know, that is a problem. And I can tell you, I know first ladies now within OAFLAD that work more than any minister. And they do so much in their countries, they will not compare them with any ministerial position. Yet still, we do not have the respect. We have the respect as the wife of the president. And unless your husband now make, kind of a bullish approval to say the first lady does this, and when she comes out, we have to support her. Not all first ladies have that opportunities. So how do we, as OAFLAD, how do we support those first ladies? How do we actually, for first ladies who don't have the capacity in their country, but we can provide that for them because we know they can deliver? How do we now get them to work? Now, we are equal is one of the best slogan campaigns we have. But now we have serious issues in the world, and we're talking about, we don't talk about equality if we don't have peace and stability. We don't talk about equality if we're struggling with climate change. So now, if we're not going to be launching another campaign, how do we incorporate that climate and peace and stability into our campaign? And will it still be called We Are Equal? Or should we have a new purpose where we now present to all other facilities? I don't know whether we should have a new purpose. Okay, so I think we need to look at that. If in our own regime, we are now focusing on climate change, peace and stability, then we should introduce that for the first ladies, and then we now try to push the first ladies